Arizona Cardinals are a tough team to grade, especially when you look at the fact that, they just took down the Niners and looked pretty damn good, and they've had some decent performances this year despite being in a sort of rebuild, and then you drop games like you did against the Commanders, and then now the Packers, and you really got to start, questioning things. Of course, the roster wasn't really built to win right now anyways. They're still obviously in a rebuild, but also it just seems like inconsistency across the board. Like, for example, you see the Cardinals as a pretty decent run team, and then you play against the Packers, who have, at this rate, almost been historically bad against the run, and you get completely denied at almost every chance you have. And, I mean, this is a team that obviously has a lot of holes on that roster, and they need work, but at the same time, I feel like they've also not played to some of their strengths, and obviously there's been some inconsistencies with, their passing game, and a lot of it feels like, Kyler Murray, if he can't scramble, they struggle, in the pocket. If there's pressure, he just yeets the thing. Obviously some good from Kyler, and then also a lot of bad as well. I don't know where to think about this Arizona Cardinals team. I think they just need a lot more work, and that's kind of why we're rebuilding them. But, after Kyler Murray, speaking of him, now we move on to the wide receivers. Michael Wilson, he's slowly coming along, but he is coming along, and that's the kind of point, the importance. Of course, we're looking at Marvin Harrison here, as of course he's the wide receiver one. He's obviously shown some really eliteness early on. Haven't had the great games across the board, but there's been some really, really good games in there. James Conner, one of the most underrated players we've seen in the while in the league. He just constantly puts up 4 yards per carry or more, and he just, very consistently does it. Run game right now for the Cardinals, one of the best in the league, and that's really without really unlocking Trey Benson. Once he actually starts to figure it out a little bit, earns some more snaps, gets there out there on the field, this could be a dynamic running back duo, but as of right now, it's mainly been James Conner and then Kyler Murray, obviously. And obviously, you look at the tight end spot, Trey McBride seems to get better. I wouldn't say each game, but each season so far. Offensive line, talking about that middle of the pack kind of team, 17th in pass blocking, so in Madden, maybe a little bit lower rated than they should be. Paris Johnson's been pretty good. Hernandez has been, a positive starter on pretty much every team he's been on. And with that being said, those are kind of our two cornerstone offensive linemen. Don't know how long you can really keep Will Hernandez, but you at least have the tackle, and now you kind of have Will Hernandez. So obviously looking at the offensive side of the ball, definitely need to get a couple of linemen, maybe a wide receiver. I mean, I like the trio we got here with Dortch involved in there as well. Really fun, cool player. He's 5'7", which is just a cool slot type player. But now we move on to the defensive side of the ball, where this is definitely the weakness of both sides. I know the offense has started off slow at times, but they've definitely shown more promise, and they've had better games across the board. I know this defense has allowed a couple of low, point total games, but as far as the average goes, they are one of the worst defenses in the league, especially points per game-wise and against the run. This front, they've been trying so many different things, free agents, draft picks, whatever they can, to try and fix this front, especially the run defense front, and so far, nothing has worked. Bringing in, Nichols, and then I don't even have Justin Jones starting here, but he's a really expensive player, and he has been awful. I'm not really sure what the Cardinals see in these former Bears interior linemen, but it's really just not worked out for them. Darius Robinson, obviously, I don't even think has he even played? But obviously the number one projection future pick for us definitely has plenty of talent to develop for us. And obviously he was on my sleeper list, even though he's a first-round pick, normal dev, low overall, but really good ratings, obviously. Safeties on paper look pretty damn good. I think Thompson struggled a little bit, but Budda Baker, when he's actually healthy, is one of the better safeties in the league. Obviously there's been talks for a while now, like maybe 2 years, about him potentially being traded, and it just hasn't happened yet. Linebackers, part of this edge unit. The edge has still just been pretty bad. Zaven Collins has been good, but there's not really much great going on for this side of the ball. Mac Wilson and Kaiser White, they're going to, once again, be average, maybe slightly above average players. Corner is also pretty weak for this team. I mean, it's a defense that needs a lot of work, especially in Madden, where I'm going to have to replace at least a corner, 2 interior linemen, at least the middle linebacker, maybe 2, and then potentially an outside linebacker. There's at least 50% of this roster that we're going to need to upgrade, and that could even include Kyler. I don't want it to, because he seems to be kind of like the face of the team a bit right now, but in a Madden sense, 77 overall, 27 years old. I mean, he's not bad. It's just, I don't know what the ceiling looks like. Even if he has an MVP level season here for us, what does that even look like? 81, 82 at best? But before we get into the rest of this rebuild, let me know in the comment section below what team you'd like to see next, or if you have a challenge rebuild idea, I'd love to know, as I always have a ton of ideas that I think are really fun, but maybe you guys don't really care for them, but there's a lot of fantasy draft stuff that we can do, a lot of zero overall rebuild stuff we can do, so let me know. And then while you're down there, if you're new to the channel, maybe subscribe, as we do a ton of franchise stuff on the channel. I think you'll like it here, and if you end up enjoying the video, maybe leave a like. But let's get into this. I mean, potentially the whole 5 year. It might be the whole 5 years to win a Super Bowl with this team. Hey, Buda Baker X Factor. That's a freebie. We'll take it. Oh, speaking of Buda Baker, he needs a contract. I mean, at this point, we don't really have many players better than him. So I'll do a 3-year 54, which I think is actually pretty fair for the market we're seeing right now. Zay Jones, I mean, he hasn't even played. Will Hernandez, we talked about, not having much talent. Will Hernandez, I think, is worth the contract. So we have $81 million left. Greg Dortch has actually been kind of decent for this team in real life. Do you not keep him around, reward him for just being there? Maybe? I don't know. Connor is another guy that, in Madden you don't really care too much for, but in real life, he deserves to be here. He really does, so sometimes it's hard to, kind of take the real life and the game. I can't really rebuild this team by having James Conner be the starting running back for the next few years like he might be in real life. He's by this time, next season here, he's probably going to be like an 80 overall, 79 overall. I can't rock with that. Team took a turn. They actually did pretty well, but will it be enough? It was kind of a bad run and then a really nice comeback on the season. Will it matter, though? It will not. Losing to the Niners right at the end. We end up going 8-9. The Rams are freaking 1-16. Do they even have... They might already have more than that wins this season. I don't even know. But let's take a look at the season we had. Obviously missing the playoffs, but still a good year, I suppose. But yeah, pretty big win streak near the end and the loss to the Niners. We win that game against the Niners. Would we have made the playoffs? I want to see the seeding here. We would... Yeah, I mean, we would have beat the Niners. We would have been the 6th seed, probably. We lost to the Niners and the Vikings. Almost backed out there. And both those teams took the last 2 seeds in the NFC. So we would have made the playoffs. Is that a good or a bad thing? I don't know. Because Kyler Murray wasn't really that good. I'm going to be honest. Trey Benson, the backup running back, took a lot of the touchdowns. Yards per carry were okay. And then James Conner, we had as a starter. Marvin Harrison Jr. was pretty good. Trey McBride was decent. What about Michael Wilson, actually? Big problem with this game, though, is it's all scheme-based. So no matter how good of a team you are, which we aren't that good, obviously, it won't matter unless you have a good scheme. It's just unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. So probably going to change the scheme up a little bit. Maybe even go to the Baltimore scheme because, Kyler Murray and Lamar, similar-ish players. Dak Prescott winning MVP. Any award wins for us. Offensive Rookie of the Year, that's great. Darius at number 5. QB definitely not on the list. Way too many picks. Were we on the list for wide receiver? We're number 7. O-line, no. D-line, no. Linebacker, number 4. Oh, wait. Number 4 and 8. Not bad. DB at number 5. And then kicker at number 8. So I don't really know where to go from here. Because it was like, we almost made the playoffs, but Kyler wasn't that good. Do you get a new QB? I think you keep your options open, but I'm not really sure, honestly. Yeah, the Niners and the Ravens, a little bit of a Super Bowl rematch. See if some revenge can happen. Turn the lights off and almost make the comeback. There's no way the Niners win the Super Bowl as they barely sneak into the playoffs, right? That seems crazy to me. And they do. All right, 9-8, and they win the Super Bowl. They win it all. That's kind of unfortunate. DevOps, anything? Marvin Harrison Jr., I'm pretty sure already starts as an X Factor. So obviously we have ourselves a wide receiver 1 for life. But yeah, that's only one position, unfortunately. What overall did Kyler finish at? 79. Wilson barely went up. So as much as you see Marvin go all the way to an 88 overall, Wilson went up literally 1 overall. So, you got to take the good and the bad. It's just sometimes it happens. Darius Robinson is a star dev. That's massive. We'll take it. 75 overall. Obviously still needs some work, but that's great. DevOps anywhere is going to be great. Garrett Williams would also, in my opinion, be a guy that I would have expected to go up in dev. And I would have expected wrong, unfortunately. as he stays normal dev, despite being the 5th on the list for best DB. But yeah, I mean, you get yourself Darius star dev. Yeah, you get Melton, a little bit of overalls. Zaven doesn't really do a whole lot. I'm not really sure if much changed. I think Darius looks a little bit more secure as a starter, but all the players that we expected to be the long-term options seem to already, be in play. Wow. Connor dropped from 84 down to a 76. That is very harsh. I know he's 30, but wow. Lost 3 speed. He already had no speed to give up. Oh my. I mean, I offered him a 1-year 9. I think that might be a little bit on the high end now. That might be a little too much. Little too much. But what do we got? Offensive coordinator and media. Let's do the OC. Get ourselves some upgrades. Hopefully it's Kyler, because if there's ever a chance that Kyler is going to develop, yes. If he's going to ever, stay as the starter, he's going to need all the free XP he can get. He wants to work on his injury. I don't even think throw power makes sense. I'm going to go throw power, though. I really don't know his personality type. I'm just going to guess team leader. I don't agree. Well, what is it? What is it then? Let's take a look. Does it show it? When you guys said that it shows it, I don't believe it. I think lies are being spread around town. Mentor motivations. He has... How do I know? I don't... Oh, unpredictable personality. Oh, so... Is that what that is? Unpredictable. So do I just not know then? Or I don't even know. Well, what can I say? I don't know my players. Okay, let's skip in the press conference because it's going to be a hard win to get anyways. See those negotiations? I really wonder what James Conner's contract's like now. James Conner wants a 1-year 4. I'm willing to keep him, but obviously my money offer is going to be way lower than it was. A 1-year 5 is even too much probably, so be happy that you got anything. Dortch, what was his season like? Obviously, we're talking about Madden rebuild. This is just stupid. Why keep him? I mean, he was good. Was he 2-year 10 million good? I'll offer a 2-year 11. Okay, that's his fault. That's fair comp. I don't care what anyone says. That's fair comp. Darren Hall. Yeah, that's all I want to keep. We've got a lot to replace. And yes, we have a decent draft pick, but it's still not, even if we traded down, good enough to fill what we need. Also focus on interior linemen. I think, we need a lot more linemen than any other position. Ryan Kelly, superstar dev. You usually don't see him as superstar. He's usually star. Jalen Warren's not bad, but I think Trey Benson's going to take the reins. Rondale Moore, could he return? Maybe. Don't like the fact that, barely anyone's young here. They're, all old. Could bring in Elijah Moore as a backup. I don't really like the price, though. Kristen Fulton, not bad, but we already kind of have, an older kind of veteran like that. 26 isn't, doomed old, but he's not going to develop much old, and that's really where I'm at with this team. We need so much help long-term that we're just not going to get. Do I pay Elijah? I do a 3 or 18, but I think that's a little too low for him. Might have to draft somebody speedy maybe in the later rounds. And surprisingly, I know we offered him a lot of money, but Ryan Kelly joined us. The Colts actually offered him, and he chose us over them. That is surprising. 2-year 36 for a superstar, 85 overall center. Improving the offensive line, 1 overpay at a time. Even though in real life it wouldn't be an overpay. That's not bad. I know we get Ryan Kelly here and there, but I don't care. Superstar dev, he's a new player now. And for our draft pick 14. All right, it's draft time. I've seen a couple of quarterbacks. I don't know if we're going to be able to get them. They're all kind of high up there. I scouted further this Swinney guy because he kind of, fit the mold of, Cardinals quarterbacks, fast with, okay throw power. It literally looks like another Kyler Murray, really, which, of course, when you're a lot younger than Kyler, it gives you a chance to maybe be that guy. We had other options, too, though. We have some linemen in here, some D-line. I'm not really pushed on anyone specifically, though, so I am going to just simulate slowly, as I think, unless a quarterback falls, which the first 2 picks were quarterback, so probably unlikely, We'll probably end up going edge. I mean, there's so many needs on this team, but I think the defensive side of the ball is so bad that it's almost like you have no choice. Don't know if Cruz was one of my guys or not. We're moving along here. Not looking too bad. And I think we should have an edge rusher. Oh, hopefully Thomas wasn't one of them. I think he was, which kind of sucks. What about quarterback? Still have Baldwin as well. How good is he? I mean, there's some ratings here that look good. Elite throw power, different type of guy. I think Kyler wasn't terrible enough to replace him just yet. We'll give him one more year, I think. We also do have a guard if we need O-line. Cage looks great. How good was he? I think to be a generational, like a true generational, you probably need to be a top 5, but I don't know. That guy could be generational with those bench reps as well. A lot of options at edge. I also did like this Gibson guy in the round 2 to 3. You also have Wood. Hey, don't look down there. Kevin Sands was probably the best bet, though. Pretty athletic, A finesse, C block shed. The problem is I just have a feeling he's normal dev. And I know that isn't the end of the world. If they're a decent overall, they're a decent player that's good. But I don't know, dude. You also have Walford, who looks, similar. I really don't know who I'd want more. I really don't. And then in the second round, even though corner's not that big of a need, I think there's some really good value with these 3 guys. Don't know, who will be there. But, yeah, this is a tough decision because it's like, do you go this high for an edge rusher, or do you wait for a guy like Locke, maybe switch to a 4-3? His defense is so bad that there's nothing really like locking us in. Locke, very good fitting. Or maybe it wasn't Locke, I was thinking of Gibson. There's nothing really locking us in to being a 3-4, right? We suck. So I think that might be the play. I think it might be the play. We get an extra, a lot of picks here, probably like 2 high seconds maybe if we're lucky. Yeah, I don't think so, buddy. So that's probably what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to come for some like haul. The Ravens are, kind of setting us up here. So if we don't find something better, the Ravens are they're ready to ship it off to us. And surprisingly enough, I was actually able to also take a second-round pick next year for them. It is a huge jump, a late second and third to move up 17 spots in the first round is not really a whole lot. So it is kind of fair. They end up going with a tackle. I'm going to slow some in just in case. You never know. I think Sands will go, I was about to say any minute now, but you just don't know. And I don't know about the other guy. I don't think he was that good. He was good, but, is he that good? Like, is he worth trading up for? I like the other guy. He's 278, but he's pretty beastly. Locke, do we not trade up? The other guy's still there somehow. The quarterback's still there somehow. Oh, my. These are decisions. These are decisions. Drafting a first-round quarterback, even if it's a late first-round quarterback, it's going to put some fight into our players. We also have Cage, who's there. Man, I don't know. I do not know. Do you trade up for Walford? 270. I'm worried a little bit, but A pursuit, A power move, B block shed, C tackle, A to C awareness. I don't know. I guess the draft was still going. No, we can go to the Saints, I guess. See how much it costs to get to the Saints for Walford. They would have wanted like a third, so I'm not going to do it. If they take him, which they do, fair enough. Let's move on to our next pick. Could be yet another trade down if we're going to be real. The Steelers end up with Baldwin. Oh, there's guards still here. I'm going to take the chance on the guard, I think. I'm taking the chance on Justin Cage. We need a lineman. Why not? True talent 10. Hidden dev 95 strength. We'll see. Maybe we landed a superstar. I can't believe he fell that far. He's a round 1 guy. I know he's a guard, but still like a guard late first that looks great. At that point, it's like, would you expect the guard to go to the 3rd round just because he's not a tackle? Like, it's not going to happen. And you know what? I don't really want to trade up too much more. If I want to trade up, I kind of want to trade up from that late second. So I'm just going to go on to the next pick, in which I'm just assuming someone will be there, corner or edge, which, I think they're both there. Is it edge time? Is it time to go with Mr. Gibson? Gibson was kind of the guy I was looking at. Corners, you have 2 really good-looking corners here, too. The problem is you have 2 of them, so it's not really even a problem. You can just wait anyways, but there's not really... Clinton looks better, and he's probably going to be the shorter, speedier guy, which usually is, where you get your value. Do we have 2 edge as well, though? Like, we have Gibson and Wood. Let's see who's... I mean, I think Wood was definitely worse, but was he so much worse that I can't wait? I mean, he's got a tackle as well. What about awareness? I think they're both B to D's, right? Let's take a look at Wood. Take a look at that Wood. Yeah, I don't know who I want more. Edge is probably the bigger issue. A power move, A tackle. He's not that fast. I think I'm going to go Clinton. I'm going to just make sure, though, that Boss wasn't insanely fast, though. Oh, he was insanely fast. I don't know, dude. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do. You know what? I'm going to go with my gut instinct, which is that Clinton's going to be great. So I'm going with Clinton. True Talent 3. And he's hidden. Usually when you get those top 5 True Talent corners, they're normal dev. Not today. Damn. Okay. As far as edge goes, I really don't care which one it is. Gibson goes, so we're going to go to the Bengals. Probably would have rather had Wood anyways. Well, all right, to move up 13 spots, we trade a 4th, 6th this, and a 6th next year to the Bengals, which is going to be Mr. Wood. I mean, this guy's a little raw looking, I will admit, but these are not the types of players I would normally take, so that's why I'm kind of like, I'm going to mix it up, you know? Although I do need a DT as well. Interesting, because we also have McLeod, who obviously is an A power move. Yeah, you know what? McLeod looks better, I think. Do we not go like DT? We need O-line too. I shouldn't have traded up. I should not have traded up. Let's just see what we got at DT. I think McLeod looks better, no? So Mills, who I think was like a... No, he's a 2 to 3. Mills looks pretty good. Freeman looks pretty good. Mills and Freeman are going to be our 2 options here. 22-year-old Freeman, who looks pretty good. I mentioned that a few times now. And then Mills, who's also a 2 to 3. A finesse move. I'm going to take Jonathan Mills. Please be good. This is like a pivot. Okay, he wasn't a good overall, but he's hidden dev. That was a severe pivot, by the way. Like, I was going edge every day of the week, and then out of nowhere I saw, the other guy, and I was like, oh, that guy looks pretty good, actually. Wide receiver, kind of wanted a slot type. Couldn't, I wouldn't say we couldn't do it, but didn't do it. Oh, my God. The entire offensive line is gone. I did not expect that. Okay. Well, I'm going to take Tyrone Rutledge. Last kind of good player. True Talent 12. Hidden dev. I mean, just out of left field, randomly, not going to say randomly grabbed him, but sort of randomly grabbed him. That is kind of crazy. We'll take him. Anyone else? So you have that right end, you have a couple of wide receivers, and then Kevin Simmons also was a pass rusher. I think you can probably wait another round, though, to grab the other guy, no? And we still have talent at edge, so it's not like we have to draft this guy. We don't have to draft anybody. It's just I think this guy might have the most potential. Crap, I didn't even show you, but we ended up trading down with the Bengals. Again, another Bengals trade. They gave us 2 decently high mid 4th round picks, and they dangled the keys. I fell for it. Who is this, by the way? He's a little slow, but as a... no, he's a 2 to 3. Is what it says. A 1 to 2, I would do it. Not going to happen, though. Lance McLeod, he's a UDFA, but I think he looks great. I think he's going to be one of those hidden gems. True Talent of 107. Whoa, okay, maybe not. I thought he was definitely going to be a hidden gem, but he was not. That's a little disappointing. Do we have any wide receivers besides that Hurst guy, who I could still go with? We had a couple of safeties, but honestly, unless we're replacing Thompson, which we could, I don't think we're going to do that. Let's take a look at the speed to 427. Rodney Williamson looks super raw. Could be a superstar type. I'm not going to bet on it, though, but he'll be our number 3 no matter what he is. And he is normal. I felt it. There's a couple of non-elites in there that, kind of threw it, gave it away for me in a little bit, in my opinion. Either way, we finish a draw. I mean, it's an okay draft. Did we really sell by not going higher for edge, though? Possibly. And offensive line, we got 1 lineman who was a 76 overall, in fairness. Clinton was great. DT, we barely lucked out on. Rutledge looked great. The D end isn't that good. All right. I mean, we had pick. Do we even grab any? Oh, no, we do have a 2nd round pick next year, in fairness. We do have a better situation, I suppose. It's not too bad. We also got a center, so we actually only needed 1 lineman. We needed a tackle, which we didn't get. And, yeah, I kind of felt it. Kind of felt that guy was going to be superstar, so that's why I took him in the late 1st. It's usually the only time I take a first-round lineman. Look at that. Larry Clinton looking really good in coverage. My guess would be superstar. My guess. Unfortunately, my guess would be wrong. Definitely need to take a look at the 2 quarterbacks we could have had as well, because I have a feeling we made a mistake, but I also wanted this to be a realistic rebuild where we give Kyler Murray yet another chance. I still feel like the team around him is not that good. Jonathan Mills, he'll be a starter, star dev. Very wrong, without a doubt, but at least he's in depth. That's huge. Rutledge, the left outside linebacker, true talent into the top 15. I think he was at 12. And he's an X Factor. Okay. I'll take that for sure. Yeah, that's a win. It's been a while. We usually don't have those high devs, so we have a superstar and an X Factor. That is a huge pick. I mean, if there was any lineman at all that looked halfway decent like I was expecting there to be, I don't think we have him, personally. I don't think I'd trade up after taking a lineman to get him. I really doubt it. He looked good, but I really doubt it. We were kind of just stuck with no other pick. He was basically like, there was like a light shining on him, and it was just so easy to see. But of course, you see the 2 quarterbacks. Don't tell me Murphy was that much worse. No way. 1 pick later is the difference between 5 overalls and dev. And it is. Oh, wow. That hurts. 1 selection difference. What's the dev? And he's an X Factor. 5 overalls and 3 devs for 1 spot. That is brutal. I don't think anyone deserves that. Of course, let's see. We made a lot of trade downs. Was it smart to pass on Sands? Hidden development trait. You know, look like one of those prototypical good pass rushers. If he's higher than Star, maybe. No, at Star, no. No. That is not a player I worry too much about. What about Walford? Where the hell did he go? Walford, 73 overall with hidden dev. I was thinking normal, so this is already way better than I expected. Should have traded up for him. Even though our linemen superstar and they're harder to get than edge, technically superstars, but the problem is they're not as important. Walford, star dev. We could have done better. So I'm glad we actually went with the offensive lineman. What about the QB? Steelers, Hal Baldwin, please be normal. That sucks. Like, really badly. I mean, I knew he was going to be a good quarterback. Once again, I just wanted to give Kyler Murray 1 more year. I could have still drafted this guy and just sat him, though. Thankfully, only star dev. And then Swinney, I'm almost guaranteeing, is at least star. Likely star in general, but very likely. Here's Swinney, 72 overall, pretty athletic. Yep, every time. So easy to see. It's just... Didn't want to jump the gun. Did not want to jump the gun. Was there any other player I wanted to see? Was the dev? Of course he's superstar. Oh yeah, I wanted to see 2 players. I wanted to see Gibson. 76 overall. You argue that if you take this guy, though, you don't have... Wow, dang, he looks pretty good with 90 strength, too. You don't have the X-Factor linebacker, though, so it's got to be higher than star. He's not. Okay. And then Wood, I have a feeling that we absolutely dodged a bullet on. Let's see. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe not. He is raw as hell. That's kind of why I was thinking 74, 75 with normal. But he is hidden. Star dev. I mean, we didn't dodge a bullet, but we also didn't miss a gem. So one way or the other, it was okay. And for anyone dying to know, this is what Hurst looked like. Usable, but yeah, I mean, not somebody that would have, like, changed anything for us. So Kyler still just decided to go with injury anyways. 2 to injury, 3,000 XP. And it did say unpredictable personality type, so I don't think there was actually anything we could have done. Season 2 team. We've made some improvements. Definitely could have done more for the right tackle, but the offensive line, the left guard, and center have vastly improved. 2 superstars joining this team. Wide receiver, we got a new super speedy wide receiver 3, but we kept the 2 main options intact. Running back, Benson, 82 overall. Hopefully he can have a great year. Murray only went up 2 overall, so maybe I made a mistake not going for one of those quarterbacks. Defensively, this is where a lot of the changes made. The bulk of the progression. You got a new brand new outside linebacker who's an X Factor. You have a new star dev DT. You have a new star dev. Was it star dev? Superstar dev cornerback. And then, of course, McLeod with Zaven Collins kind of rotating as the right end. I don't really know how I feel about McLeod, but he's got 77 power move. He looks okay. He looks okay. Zaven Collins, he has always been that kind of hybrid type. It's only a matter of time before the freaking Patriots trade for him. He's a good passer rush. He's a good coverage guy. He's decent block shedding. He could really do it all. So, kind of a Van Ginkel type, if you will. And we're going to have him off ball right now, but he can also rotate in as an edge rusher. So we'll keep the team fluid. But we are, by definition, technically a 4-3. Massive, massive upgrade. Michael Wilson gets a breakout to become superstar development. And he gets 4,500 XP. Why not? And he has a chance to do it again. We have contracts. McBride obviously gets a contract. Thompson, I don't know. The price isn't crazy, but he's also only an 82 overall. We'll see. Gillikin, I always go for him in free agency, so I am going to, keep him on the team that he's supposed to be here with. Let's go with McBride. A 5-year 57 is such a cheap deal for us. And then Thompson, even as a backup, I don't hate that. So, yeah, $62 million. If Kyler needs a contract anytime soon, he's screwed because, I'm looking for an out, sort of. Oh, here we go. Double or nothing. Let's see if he did it. Crazy if he's an X Factor. Had another solid week. So 3 short route running, catch of traffic, and awareness. Didn't get the breakout, but that's still great. We're literally in the same spot as last year, but the Niners are insane, so the chances are low. Can we win and get in potentially? I don't even know if we would be in if we win. And we lose anyways, and we're out at 8-9 again. Something's got to give, and that's something, especially when you see Swinney in the top 3 for quarterbacks, could be Kyler Murray. Of course, there's a really good start, and then just 4 straight losses. Win 2, lose 2 more. Win 1, lose another 2. Oh, that sucks. Of course, the Ravens, who we traded with, their second-round pick, they're in the playoffs. Kyler Murray, yeah, dude. Yeah. We went with the Ravens offense, and yeah, I don't think so. I think it's time to move on. Hernandez could go to star dev, which would be great. Ojulari with 12.5 sacks. Who let him cook? Mills and Darius, they were all right. And then McLeod was terrible. So if we can't get a QB because they're too high and we can't get up there, Edge is definitely on the list, without a doubt. MVP goes to Mahomes. Anything for us? No? Okay, sweet. Bunch of Niners in there. Niners had a hell of a year, though. 15-2. That's probably the best I've seen the Niners. Usually they're kind of so-so. You have the Eagles versus the Colts, so slightly different matchup. At least isn't the exact same. But yeah, the Eagles have, they've been in some Super Bowls lately, obviously. And the Colts win a very high-scoring affair. See if we had any development trait upgrades. Trey Benson was pretty good, but obviously not good enough for a dev up. But very good, for a guy to get 4.0 yards per carry, and he's not even in the 90s. It's really impressive. Connor apparently is fullback now, as he's not very good as a running back. Kyler Murray, after 1 whole year, went up 1 overall. I'm sorry, but Kyler's gone. He's just gone. Maybe we can get a 3rd-round pick for him or something. What's even, can we? Because what's the price? So we can kind of, lose him for about an equal gain/loss, which at this rate, it's better than being, 50 mil in the hole. And on defense, we get no dev ups, not even Ojulari, which would have been such a big dev up for him. Still good, but yeah, that's a little disappointing. Could have had superstar, 12.5 sacks. You would have thought maybe it would have been good enough. Not going to be the case, though, unfortunately. Well, linebacker might also be another need for us. Saban's at 27 years old now. Mack is probably 28, 29. See if we actually had any retirements. I didn't even see if Ryan Kelly was still there. He should be, but you just don't know. Cardinals, should be some mentors. No one. Okay. No one retired. They have a lot more faith in this team going forward than I do. I'll tell you that. I'd be in my mid-20s and retire if I was stuck with the Cardinals. That's a joke. I would love to play in the NFL. It'd be sweet. 5th-year option for Paris. I think an 82 overall. That's about what he's going to ask for, if not less. Anyways, Jonah wasn't as bad as I was expecting him to be, and then Will Lutz was actually pretty good. You know what? We're going to keep Will Lutz. Usually when they're, the special teamers in their 30s, if they're not star or superstar, I don't keep them, but Will Lutz has been pretty good, so 2 year 7. $85 million, though. Could go for a tackle if he's there. Quarterback is always a weird one because it's like, when do you ever see a good quarterback in their prime hit free agency? So even if there is one, I don't really feel good about taking them, so I usually don't. And speaking of, the Niners, who just went 15-2, dropped their quarterback. Like, that's what you're telling me? That's what I have to believe. Jalen Phillips, I've never seen him do well in Sim. Although the last 2 seasons he's been great. $20 million per year is actually not bad. He is only star dev, though, so that regression could hit. If I offer him something, it's going to be really short years. It's going to be like a 2-year 40. And if he's down, I mean, we need the position, so why not? Let's do a 2-year 42. 2-year 42 is my mark. If he joins us, sweet. If not, well, we sort of tried. I can't really say we tried. We sort of tried. You'd also have Jermaine Johnson, but he's also a little bit lower of an overall and even more lackluster in ratings. And believe it or not, Jalen Phillips is an Arizona Cardinal. All right. Put him at right end and hope he has one of those years he just had the last 2 seasons. See if we can get him to Superstar Dev, and that 2-year would look dumb because we didn't offer more. And then right tackle, Taylor Moton. He's still not joining us, and finally joins us another 2-year, 21 per deal. 42 mil total. A lot of money spent, but 2 really big name additions. So a pretty damn good offseason so far. Yes, they were expensive, but yes, they're also very good. Like, what are they respectively at their positions? They got to be, pretty high up there. Phillips is up to an 88 overall now. 88 overall. He is 7 in his position rank, where Taylor Moton, maybe a little bit lower, probably like 13. 5 at tackle. So, yeah, I mean, you're willing to pay that kind of money for 2 top 10 at their position players. It is officially the draft. We have pick 16, and there are 2 quarterbacks. One of them looks significantly better. And there it is, Randy McClain. Round 1 talent grade. I actually think because of how good he is, or how good he looks, I suppose, I will at least give it a go to try and get to 1. If not, so be it. But I mean, we need QB desperately, and apparently they do too. I don't really see that being true, though. They got a 75 overall normal. That's not terrible. I don't know if we can pull this straight off. Let's see where we are at with that. We could do it. It is worth it. Can I keep this? 1648 and a first next. 1648, 55 and a first next. Oh my god, it's even more than that. All right, it cost us a lot, but a first, a second, and then a second next year to go all the way up to pick 2 with the Panthers. This guy, I don't know if he's generational, but we need a QB desperately, and this guy is by far the best available option. Oh, I didn't even notice that C awareness. C awareness alone might be enough to be like, he's not generational, no? Because that would lower his overall. I guess True Talent 1 would already tell you that he's not generational, but he looks good. 75 plus overall, I would guess, with at least star dev. That's what we're taking, obviously. Okay, True Talent 10. Okay, played college basketball for 2 years. I mean, sure, I guess. Hidden? He is hidden. 97 throw power as well. It's a new era in Arizona. A brand new style of quarterback, not just a brand new QB. Problem is now we have to go all the way to the 3rd round. Now, we probably could trade Kyler Murray off for, something halfway decent. So we might even do that. Start of the next round. See if there's a team with like 2 third-round picks. Maybe we can get lucky. Because if I had to trade all of that, which, I mean, it wasn't even that crazy. Pick 2 overall isn't like, it's pretty high up there, and we didn't really have to pay that much. I guess to be fair, we basically paid, at minimum, 2 first-round picks. When you add all that together, wow, the Rams are goated. They don't need a QB. What the hell am I doing? We're going to trade with the Raiders, I think. Let's trade with the Raiders, see what we can do here. 3rd this, 3rd next. They get Kyler Murray. QB still number 1 on their list. Why not? I mean, this seems fair. Oh, they can't afford him. Can anyone afford him? Of course, the Rams. This does feel like a Steelers move as of late, though. Kyler Murray for a 3rd this, which is late, and a 3rd next. All right, here we are with this draft pick. What are we going to do with this? I think we have 2 linemen. McCullum and Bradford both could easily play tackle if they had to. Don't actually need anyone just yet. Will say McCollum, off first glance, does look like the better of the two. He's one of those pass block types. Doesn't look amazing, but looks good, I suppose. You know, when I had to put some players on the list, these were some of the guys that made the list. I really think both suck, but I like Bradford enough. Just be hidden. Yes. All right, we got a bunch of linebackers now. We have 4, technically 5, technically 6, actually. Who the hell's the best, though? So based on awareness, we have the first 3 are A. So that's something to look at. Awareness, you know, can help decide overall, and overall helps decide how good they are, obviously. I will say, though, their coverage ratings... Well, obviously, Barkley's coverage rating is good, but his block shed sucks. Terry looks like the best out of all of them, to be honest. C zone coverage. His man coverage sucks, though. What about Barkley? He's an outside linebacker, 21 years old. Damn, that's an athletic man. I'm going for him. 50 true talent. Hidden Dev. All right, a lot of those speed guys are normal. And we got ourselves another draft pick here in the 4th round. I really wanted to trade something down and, you know, make a play there. We have a really fast middle linebacker. He's raw as hell, but really fast. 4.41 with elite speed, elite agility, great excel. Could be the pick we make. I want to see the trade down, though. If I can get a 3rd round offer, I might take it, because that Birmingham guy, as fast as he is obviously going to be raw as hell. I want a 3rd round next year if possible. Oh, I got to take it. We have no 2nd round pick next year. Birmingham is going to be raw as hell. Zaven Collins does not deserve to be replaced by somebody that's like, who knows, 67, 68 overall. Maybe he's goated, though. Oh, there he goes to the Jets. It's like they wanted me to see that. Like, he's like, it's like stuck right on the Jets, pretty much. We have a trade offers for Garrett Williams, 78 overall, 25-year-old. We're getting offered a random running back from the Commanders. Yeah, you can have him. I just kind of need like a 4th round pick back or something from him. Hey, they took a 3rd round. Or, well, they didn't take one. They gave us a 3rd round, which, I mean, he's got a chance. He's got a chance. But let's take a look at the, draft recap real quick. 77. Okay, that random middle linebacker, who cares about? But Randy McClain, 77 overall. Definitely not generational, but very accurate. Of course, his acceleration, if you could just put that on speed, he'd be goated. What's his, like, average central pressure? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Yeah, he's good. Pick 2 overall worthy, though. That's up there. Ooh, only star dev, too. Ooh, that's up there. I will admit, it's up there. But, yeah, I mean, something had to give, right? Kyler Murray he was not performing, simply put. He just wasn't, he just wasn't putting up good numbers. We can move to something more traditional in the passing attack now. As far as the right guard goes, potential starter over... Hernandez going forward, and then Barkley. Might even just be our straight-up new middle linebacker. I mean, Mac Wilson is on the older side. He's like 28, 29 by now, and the ceiling is gone. Let's see Barkley's dev. Star dev across the board, but some pretty decent players. Considering how much we had to trade up, I mean, I think we had about as good of a draft class as you can get. And here's the other quarterback, the Saints, Nolan Griffin, hidden dev as well. Decently accurate, pretty good throw power. Can't wait to see X Factor from him. Obviously, it was never a chance I was taking this guy over the guy we took. Yeah, I mean, he could have been X Factor. I still wouldn't regret it. We made the right call. It's so obvious compared to him. Like, the guy had nothing going on. He really didn't. And then Birmingham, 68 overall, went to the Jets. Normal dev with 93 speed, 91 excel. That is crazy, though. 85 hit power as well. That guy looks like a fun player to develop, especially with some size, too. What's the change of direction on him? It's got to be terrible. He's huge. COD is 77 at 6'4", 234. Wow. He's pretty good. Here we go for Season 3. Brand new quarterback in town. How is Clayton Tune star dev? When did he get star dev? Hello? It must have been practice. It had to be. But then again, he's not even a focused practice guy, so I don't even know. But brand new quarterback, going to be a brand new scheme. Haven't changed it yet. This feels very Bengals-y to me right now. No? Kind of feels like a Bengals offense. I'm going to try Bengals offense. I think it's not OP, but I think it's good. I think it's like a top 10 offense, but it's not going to win you MVP every single time, And then defensively, Barkley starts. He's got a way higher ceiling than Mac Wilson. We probably have to replace Zaven as well. But we got great depth at linebacker, at least. D-line, the front four, assuming Phillips is great and Ojulari has another really good season, could be set. Corners I think are great. We need a new free safety. Some ups and some downs. A lot of money. And because we're on a rookie deal with our quarterback, this must be really easy for us to maneuver, no? 4-year 58, because, you know, he's getting up there a little bit. Paris Johnson, I mean, we got to keep somebody on the offensive line. I can't just, like, replace everyone just because they're expensive. 5-year 113 for Paris. We still have $137 million left. Ojulari, I'm praying he's having a good year so I can pay him here. Ugh, it's not good. It's really not. If I'm going to pay him, you know what? I'm just going to pay him, dude. Like, something's got to give. 5-year 90. I can't believe that's not enough. Collins, sorry. Mack, sorry. Bunting, sorry. Toon, sorry. Yeah, we got a lot of money here. Brian Kelly, if he wants to stick around for another year, why not? He's a superstar. Should be fine. Boom. 109 left, and we already have some of that money already put into a different player. Hernandez is going to be replaced. Yeah, we got a lot of money. We're really in a good spot. Like, really good spot. We can spend money in the offseason still. All right, 10-6 on the season. If we win, we are definitely in the playoffs. If we don't, though, I mean, we could be out. I don't know. The NFC is up and down, so... I mean, there were some moments, and here we are, 11-6, not bad. On the road, though, as the Rams of all teams, they're not only better than us, they're better than everyone in the NFC at 13-4. Our rookie quarterback, okay, maybe this game is a little strong. My bad. I'm sorry. It's just Joe Burrow doesn't win a whole lot of MVPs, and he's Joe Burrow. McClain's not Joe Burrow, but apparently he is. He's better than Joe Burrow because he might have won rookie MVP as a rookie. Didn't because of the picks, but what a year. Benson, not bad, just the yards aren't over 1,000. Wilson should be an X factor. Harrison was pretty good again. Williamson got involved. Tight end, not so good, though. Defensively, Phillips with 21 sacks. That's the kind of year I wanted to see. That's a dev up. Robinson was pretty damn good. Mills was pretty damn good. Ojulari was actually pretty decent still. Picks, not bad. Kicking, Will Lutz. We'll have to replace him. Gillikin's great. No special teams touchdowns. What a year. What a year. Where was our quarterback? Number 9. I know he had some picks, but really? Number 9? Either way, that's got to be Rookie of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year as well. Rookie of the Year on offense. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Best QB's at 3, so that's a Pro Bowl season. Best running back, not on the list. Best wide receiver, number 1 and 8. O-line, no. D-line at number 1 for Phillips and number 8. Linebacker number 2 for Barkley. That's really impressive for a rookie. This is a great year. I mean, this is awesome. That's just wonderful. However, we have to take on the Atlanta Falcons, who are number 4 seed. They're 11-6. See if we can get ourselves a playoff win in our first playoff berth. Here we go. Can we do it? We did get a stop and scored. A little bit of a red bird battle. 10-0, pretty good start. We're now only up by 3, though. Falcons are definitely making more progress, but our defense is not allowing them to, as we're up by 10, up by 17. And there you go. That second half really took off. Still a chance, but unlikely. And just like that, it's close, but no cigar. Touchdowns galore in that third quarter is going to give us a 10-point victory over the Atlanta Falcons, where we were on the road. And we showed them that we belong. Let's take a look at these numbers. McClain was unbelievable. McBride even had a freaking perfect throw for 16. 4 touchdowns, 0 picks from McClain. Rushing. Benson was great, actually. When you compare it to Bijan, who's supposed to be way better, 5.4 yards per carry, even though it's a couple of carries, is good. Wilson was great. Williamson was solid. Looking at the D-line, they actually beat us quite a bit. Buda Baker with 2 picks. It'd be lovely to see him get a freaking... It sounded like I was taking a crap. It would be so nice to see him get a Super Bowl win. Sticking out, just about to retire almost. I mean, he's regressing kind of hard. A little harder than I would have thought even because he's an X-Factor. But do you imagine 2 picks for this game? And I mean, that's a massive help for our chances to win a Super Bowl. As we now take on the Eagles. We're a higher overall. We're 90 overall. We had a real glow-up season here. And we take on Philly. Philadelphia with 7. We get 3 back. It's still a score. Here we are back with that 3-point lead, but the Philadelphia Eagles are not going to fold like the Falcons, as we're now in a pretty big deficit situation. Right before half, had a chance, didn't get it. Got a touchdown to start the second half, but no 2-point. It's a 5-point game right now. 4th and 4. It looks like it's going to be... Oh, is that their ball? Okay, it is our ball. Got to have a drive here. 3rd and 15, 4th and 15. You got to punt it. Can't believe he punted that far. 4th and 2, you get the punt. 3rd and 4, we get the conversion. 4th and 2, what are they doing? You can't kick a field goal here. They're not going to. I don't like this. This play is, I don't know. I don't know if I like it. I would probably prefer something like this to the out. I mean, that out is usually pretty clean. McLean's not even playing badly, where it's not finish and drive with scores. One short, 4th and 2 conversion out, and I guess they're going to have to kick a field goal here. You can't freaking convert on 4th and that long. 4th and 1. They didn't go for it. The field goal could be all that matters. You get a penalty. We're running down the field. They're going to run out of clock. I just know it. I don't want to be in here because I want to win the game for them. I want to be in here because I think they're going to waste the clock. And there goes a really big play. You do not hurry up to the line because it glitches out for some reason. We come in with a regular play. Maybe take a shot in the end zone, but you're probably looking at a throwaway. And you are. 3 seconds left. We'll let him kick the field goal. I don't know why in my head. Thankfully, my subconscious overwrit what I said because we do not need to take a shot in the end zone. A field goal wins it. See if they can hit it. And they do. 25-24. I mean, I really didn't do a part. I really didn't. A 4th and 2 conversion, 4th and 3 conversion. Sure, it's somewhat tough, but that throw he made to Michael Wilson, it didn't even need to happen. We just did it just because, want to get some of that clock off and, have the walk-off field goal win. And we did. McLean was really good. The failing of touchdowns, the scoring of touchdowns wasn't really that common. Another 16-yard fake or something. McBride, what's going on? Also, 66 passing attempts. This is some of the highest attempts I've ever seen in a sim playoff game. But yeah, we're not running the ball much, but you know what we are doing? We're winning games. And that's all that matters to me. I don't care how it happens. I just care that we are winning those games. Phillips was pretty damn good here. Was kind of not a no-show, but a lesser show than we were, kind of used to from him in game 1. Championship round, who is it against? We're having a really good year here. Maybe the Bengals playbook is goated. Ooh, the Packers. That's a playbook that's even better. See how they got here. Obviously, they didn't have a bye week. Wait, I think I just realized. Oh, maybe not. Wait, did I just fix it? I've got dead pixel. I got a single dead pixel on my screen for like 5 years, and a second one popped up right next to it, and then I pushed on it, and it's fixed. There must be like a loose cable in there or something. But the Packers, wow, that is a game to have in the wild card round. A 6-point game against the Cowboys, but it was 46-40. Did a really good job against the Rams. This is a tough one. Ironically enough, it's the easiest AFC opponent you could ask for if you win this game. You have either the Jets or the Jaguars. Please let us win this. This is our best chance. We're basically avoiding all high rollers. The Jaguars win it, 10-7. They're not a bad team. They've actually been in a lot of Super Bowls through the rebuilds this year. But, yeah, I think I would prefer them over the Chiefs. 2 points. We have a safety lead right now. That would have been an NFL, I want to say record, but it would have been history. 9-14, their defense is playing pretty well. We get the touchdown, it'll be a 3-point game. I don't like this. They're in field goal. Yeah, they're in scoring range. I think we actually threw a pick for once, which is not good. For once, sounds like we've been waiting for the pick. Touchdown, 7 minutes left. Come on, defense. Oh, 3rd and 3. There we go. There's a stop. 2 minutes left. Walk-off touchdown. Oh, no. I might actually have to come in and do this. I don't like any of these plays, though. Corner strike. Post. This is a lot to ask for. But it's Marvin Harrison, baby! Marvin Harrison Jr., perfect play. We don't even need a touchdown. I don't know why I went into this thinking we needed a touchdown. We just need a field goal. Obviously, you want to win, but the clock is running out. 3rd and goal from the 9. What's the sitch? Tell me the clock's not running here. I'm going to wait it all the way down. I don't think it is, but you just don't know. And I get why you would be a little cautious here, but I don't hate going for this. Take a shot to Marvin, or we'll block everybody here. Or, actually, we'll run Higgins, or you find Wilson. Yeah, I don't care if it's grounding. It's a tougher field goal. Yes, I know it's kind of a sell, but I think we can hit that field goal. They played zone. That was a smart call. That was a smart call by them. I wasn't going to trust that. I'd rather kick a 38-yard field goal than risk a potential tuck sack, So we'll let the AI hit this field goal, hopefully taking us to overtime. Otherwise, I'm going to be distraught. There you go. I think it was worth trying to take that shot. Whose ball is this? This is theirs. 4th and 2. They went for it and didn't get it. Come on. Field goal will take us to the Super Bowl. And we're in the Super Bowl. All right. I mean, like I said, I am not a guaranteed first down. I'm not a guaranteed touchdown machine. I almost cost us there. 56 passing attempts, by the way. Definitely a bad game from McLean. But a win for this Cardinals team regardless of the point. Ojulari. He even had the deflection, I think. Or it was he pressured him to force the bad throw. Because it said something about Ojulari on that play where they didn't get it on 4th and 2. So maybe that re-signing is worth it. Ah, man. Can we really win a Super Bowl here in year 3, though? Let's find out. Actually, one quarterback away, apparently. That's apparently all we were. One quarterback. Even if we lose, obviously getting to the Super Bowl for the Cardinals here with this team, I mean, that's a win. That's a rebuild win, even if we don't actually win a Super Bowl. Let's find out, though, what the dev-ups look like. Wilson's an X factor. McLean's a superstar. I was hoping that Ojula... What? Are you kidding me? What is wrong with this game? Like, why do sometimes dev-ups just, they break? He had the Defensive Player of the Year award, the Best D Lineman of the Year award, and 21 sacks, and it's not good enough to get to Superstar? Okay, maybe it's plausible that maybe it wasn't good enough for X Factor, somehow, some way. But for Superstar, you're saying it wasn't good enough. What is wrong with this game? I honestly don't understand. Like, we're in a 4-3, so it's not like we're in a 3-4 and the game prioritizes tackles for a loss more because it's an interior guy. What is that? Can you look at the sacks on the other side? Because I think it's a little less glitchy on this side. Number 1 sacker in the league. And it's not good enough for Superstar. Okay. Sure. I don't care. Yell at me all you want. Yell at me all you want for forcing a dev. Don't care. You're siding with EA if you do. So, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. And that hard place is in my pants. I really didn't want to kick this. Accidentally clicked it, tried to pause real quick, and it didn't happen. Then the Falcons could have played at home, couldn't they have? Whoops. Sorry. All right. I'm going to get freaking destroyed because of my my bad morals dev up force, aren't I? Defense is doing really well. The offense is not making opportunities count, though. 17-0. Yeah, the defense is locking up right now. 17-3. The Jaguars are still in this, though. That could be enough. That field goal is enough. Is it not? It is enough with the touchdown. How are the Jaguars scoring so quickly? We win the Super Bowl anyways, but oh my God. It's like 7-minute drive for us, 30-second touchdown for them. 8-minute drive for us, 12-second touchdown for them. I actually want to see if I can. Hopefully it's actually, accurately represented in the highlights, but I want to see what happened. Like, it must have been a bunch of big touchdowns, huh? Our defense was, I mean, it's ironic because you would think it would be the opposite, or maybe this was an example of why teams play that, over top, soft defense when they're leading. We played it how we were the whole time and they took advantage twice, maybe? I don't know. But the Cardinals are Super Bowl champions. How many rookies have won the Super Bowl? Like rookie quarterbacks? Because I haven't had many in rebuilds. We've had a lot of, seasons where the rookie quarterback goes off like he did here, but we almost always fall short. And I think he's also Super Bowl MVP. I don't know who else would be. So chalk that up to a rookie quarterback win. The only sacker was Darius Robinson, who had 3, by the way. Rutledge with a pick. Will Lutz missed a field goal. Thankfully, it didn't come back to haunt us. But yeah, how many times has that happened? Never? A rookie starting quarterback has never even started in a Super Bowl, let alone won one. So, not saying that's unbreakable. One day it'll probably happen, I imagine. I mean, it is tough, though, because it's like, not only do not all first-round quarterbacks or rookie quarterbacks even start, but obviously most of the time, if you get one of those good quarterbacks, they're going to be on a bad team, right? So that is actually a pretty tough thing to accomplish, but there you are. 4 straight games. This is the schemes we're running in case you're like, hey, that's kind of sick. Show us the schemes. That's what we're running. Felt like Cincinnati was a decent fit. I feel the throw power is different, but I feel Joey Burrow a little bit with our quarterback somewhat. It's just that throw power difference, obviously. But yeah, that's a hell of a year. Rookie quarterback Super Bowl win. We'll do 2 more to see what kind of team we can create here, but I don't know if you're going to be able to beat this. I think this is going to be unbeatable. All right, 143 million. Did we solve all problems? I think Marvin's going to ask for more than this, so I'm actually going to pick up the 5th-year option. Darius, he'll ask for more than that, but not by that much, I think. Zaven Collins is going to be one of the things. If we have a first-round pick, we can trade down if we can't have to. That we'll have to replace. Mac Wilson was already a backup anyways. These guys are asking for a lot of money to be backups, to be honest. Murphy Bunting's not, though. Look, fellas, hey, look at this. Look at this magic trick. Boom. You get to stay on a Super Bowl winning team. That's all it takes. All it takes is a little bit of realizing your value and your age and your potential. Yeah, I mean, they're not bad, but are they that good? Probably not. We have some offensive linemen. Oh, Branch. I need a new free safety. Brian Branch, how are you? It's a lot of money, but Budda Baker kind of helped us majorly with 2 interceptions in that first game. Brian Branch, I can't believe Brandon Jones is that good, by the way, but yeah, Brian Branch, he would be so good. He would be such an addition. Bryce Young, the Panthers do need a QB, apparently. They're done with him. They're sick of it. They're done with it. They're not having it. We need a linebacker, but yeah, I mean, at this point, we're kind of like on the train of youth, the youth train. That sounds a little wrong, a little disturbed if you want to be fully transparent about it. I can't believe Zaven Collins is getting those offers. He's he'd be a tough guy to replace, I can't lie. But now we've just got him like exclusively as an off-ball. It doesn't matter as much, right? He's just... I also, before we should make sure that Taylor Moton is still here. If he's retired, I need a new tackle. And we don't need a new tackle. He's 83 overall, which isn't great, but it's good enough. It's good enough. Ryan Kelly retired. Okay, we need someone new. Do I pay Elton Jenkins, though? I don't know, dude. We have a lot of money. But do we really need to spend that kind of money? I don't know. I'll try to find someone, but it looks like Elton's the only option, and he's asking for a lot. It is a 1-year deal, though. We just came off of a Super Bowl win. I have all the money in the world to spend, so why not? I mean, it's not great, but it's given us a chance. I just hope we get Brian. Please! We get Branch. That's all that mattered to me. I mean, obviously, Elton would have been a great addition, too, but Brian Branch, free safety, best duo in the league. It's funny, I didn't even really look at his ratings, which are a little mid. I will be fully transparent about it, but he's only 25, so I'm not worried about it. 5-year 70, I think, is great. That's actually... Was it a 5-year, 4-year? Whatever. Either one. I think that's fine. 4-year 70 something. 4-year 70 on the nose. Not bad. And here we go. We're in the draft. We have pick 32. We are trying to move up to 26. We have to do that by, moving off of a 3rd, a 5th, and then a 5th next year. We have a bunch of 3rd-round picks. Our next pick is all the way in the 3rd, but that's fine. We have a bunch of linebackers. It's kind of our biggest need. O-line and linebacker. We can get both of those. Oh. I did not expect to see safety. Okay. I was kind of looking at corner because we do need corner, but also I do need safety because Budda Baker's all the way down to an 86 overall. Oh. Okay. That's interesting. That's definitely interesting. But I think Clifton looks better, dude. I'm going Clifton. True Talent 3. It's going to be normal. Yep. I knew it. I freaking knew it. Either way, True Talent 3 can't be wrong. He's got to be in the 70, like the high 70s, 75, 76, 77 range. Move on to 4, which will probably be a linebacker. Could be a lineman, though. We have a different safety who is a 2 to 3 talent. I don't like... Ooh, the speed, though. Do I not take a chance on him? 21 years old? I'm going to take a chance on him. I'm going to do it. 53? Damn it. I really thought I was making a really big brain play, because 2 to 3 is not that bad. It's not that bad, right? Like, that's still potentially in the 70s. But I sold. I don't know what else I can tell you. Didn't get to fully scout all of the linemen. I just sold. I don't know, dude. It was a bad decision. What do you want? I was hoping for hidden dev, obviously. Wait, how many of these linemen are going? Relax. We trade 90 and 128 to move up about 12 spots, I believe it was, to the Carolina Panthers pick. And with that, we're going to be taking Mr. Tim Gallagher, the offensive lineman. 6'2", looks like a true center. Looks decent. Not amazing, but decent enough for me to take a chance on. True talent of 40. Hidden dev. Whew, that scared me because I took another glance and I was like, yeah, A to C. There's a lot of A to C going on here. Which, of course, stands for Astakawabunga, dude. We trade a 6th-round pick to move up 3 spots. Of course, that 6th round's next year, which is why I needed to be, a decently high pick for a late third 3-spot swap. And with that, we are going to be taking the final remaining linebacker, Cody Strong, who's very raw but very quick. He's going to have to just be a starter because we need to replace Zaven. Please be hidden. I mean, yeah, that's all. I can't really say much more. It just sucks. All right, here we go. What was the draft like? Corner was really good. A lot of normals, though, unfortunately. We had one singular hidden, and it was Tim Gallagher, who we will be taking a look at because we got to switch him to center anyways. Very good pass blocker, but definitely a little raw elsewhere. Let's take a look at the dev, just since we're here. Star dev, not really surprising. Cornerback, Clinton, could be the future corner too, as Max Melton's definitely slowed down in development a little bit. Clifton looks great already. Who else did we have? We had the safety, Thurman, who's actually a 73 overall, like we said. There's potential there. Might even be the starter next year. He'll be the backup at all the positions right now with Jalen Thompson. We got some depth at that position. And then Cody Strong, was it left out we needed? Whatever we need, he's going to be the starter, and I'm not too happy about it. Let's take a look at the difference between him and Wiener. I think Wiener was better. He was bigger and better. He was more well-rounded as well. Where the hell is this Wiener? There he is. 74 overall, and yeah, I mean, he was lower on the list, so I thought maybe our guy would have went sooner, and then I could have grabbed that Wiener. Fortunately, he was gone. Thankfully, only star, but yeah, it does look better. Star dev. And here we are for Season 4. Obviously, just came off a Super Bowl win, so we're flying high. Maybe kind of pointless to look at Marvin already, but I'm curious to see where he's at. Short route's a little bad, but everything else is ridiculously good for a 25-year-old. I mean, he's looking like, a very equal, maybe even better version of Justin Jefferson. Maybe like a Jamar Chase with height, which is a scary thought. Defensively, Strong needs to develop. Ojulari, been lovely to get a dev up for him and Robinson, but team's in a pretty good spot. Maybe a strong safety, but you got a 21-year-old, 73 overall Thurman that could develop too. He's only going to be 21 or 22 next season. We're in a good spot. Corner, we just got Clifton. It would have been nice to see him have like star or something, but we're in a good spot. The team's good. Phillips is great. Maybe you could argue, we shouldn't have forced him to superstar. He only had one of the greatest pass rushing seasons ever. But yeah, I don't care. I do what I do. Let's take a look at what we get for Ojulari here. Back from off-season workouts, coach. We're the movement. I'll have a trainer. Okay, I don't really care. Let's see what we get. Oh my god, dude. All this yap. Cool. Acceleration and strength. So he just didn't care. He didn't listen to anything I said about going for pass rush moves. Sweet. All right, we know that, all positions really regress hard, but I think Phillips, we can do a 3-year deal. I think we can live with a 3-year deal for Phillips. If he was star dev, I probably would have done a 2-year, which maybe in the end actually saves us, but too late for that. 5-year 50 for Benson. I think that's where he's at, right? Like, his yards per carry are decent, but he hasn't been great. Max Melton, even if he isn't the starter going forward, maybe it's Clifton. I think a 5-year, 45 for him would be great for us. Okay, 5-year 50, I guess, would be great for us. Robinson, how good he actually is. Obviously, Baker's gone. He's regressing so hard. Yeah, Robinson's actually pretty good. So overall, it's not great, but he's good. Really wish we had better interest, though, close to home. I guess we'll just move the entire franchise for him. I guess that's the route we're going to go. Murphy Bunting's not bad again, but we actually have so many corners now that we just don't even need him anymore. Taylor Moton's going to retire, and if he doesn't, he's going to be such a low overall. We got a lot of money still. We can make a final push maybe next season. Even if this is good or a bad season. But yeah, Baker, I think, especially at the price, is crazy, but he's going to drop to probably an 83, 84. So yeah, we're going to get Melton, and then that's probably it. I was kind of going through the motions a little bit with Phillips because they were talking about like, we expected more for him and whatnot, but no, he's an X factor. All right, we'll take it. We have had a super disappointing season, but we might still be able to make the playoffs, which we do. We win a bunch of games in a row. McLean's number 2 again. Don't know why we sucked all of a sudden, but we made the playoffs, and that's all that matters. Once you're in, things can happen. But yeah, really bad start, and then, a pretty good, strong finish, winning 4 of the last 5. Barely sneaking back into the postseason after winning a Super Bowl, and, I wouldn't say dominating fashion, but we had a couple of really good games in that run. McLean was amazing again. Benson still being left behind because of the scheme. Harrison was awesome. Williamson was great again. Wilson was a little bit worse than last year, obviously, quite a bit worse. McBride was way better, though. Could get a dev up for himself. Offensive line was actually pretty impressive. Phillips with 21 sacks again. Watch, he'll go to... Oh, actually, no, he can't. He's already is X Factor. Ojulari, 12 sacks, which is great. Maybe he'll get a dev up. Mills, 7.5. Robinson, 6. Mills could get a dev up because of the tackles for a loss. And look at these picks. Clinton at 7. Melton at 8. Wow. Lutz was actually really good. And Gillikin was great. Okay, I mean, the defense had themselves a year. Swinney, the guy we kind of talked about, we don't really care anymore because obviously we won a rookie. We won the MVP with our rookie. Yeah, I mean, he wins MVP, which is kind of crazy. Defensive Rookie of the Year, number 2. That really sucks, especially for a guy that isn't even star dev. And then we got Best DB, number 1 and 2. Not surprised by anyone. That's a lot of picks. 15 picks between 2 players. The Falcons, we get to play at home this time, though. Up 6 overalls. Here we are, end of the game. 7-0. Falcons with the lead. 7-7 now. 14-7. A little bit of potential takeaways. The Falcons are doing really well here. 21-14. They're really mad that we got to win a Super Bowl in their stadium. But here we are with a nice comeback. And just like that, we're up 9. And the clock's going to run out. What a little comeback. Who would have thought that we would upset, well, not upset, but make a comeback against the Falcons? McLean was great. Kyler Murray, the QB, okay. That's... Who the hell did we trade him to? It was the Steelers. I don't know how the hell he's there, but sure. Benson was great, actually. Harrison and Wilson were great. Sack totals on defense. 1 for Ojulari, 1 for Mills, 1 pick for Melton, 1 pick for Terrell. And we missed an extra point. But hey, we move on to the divisional round. We barely sneak in, but guess what? We win the playoff game. Divisional round. The Packers have taken out the Cowboys early again for us. That'd be great. The Bears. Different team name. End of the game where we stand. Starting off with 7 with their ball first. So got to stop with a score. 7-3. 7-10. 10-10. 17-10. Bears are winning. Their defense is locking us up right now. It's a 10-point game, though. We still have a chance. We get to stop. We're the comeback kids. And we're going to win again. Making the comeback late. Winning the game and headed on to the championship for back-to-back seasons. McLean not as good this time, but still better than Caleb. And Benson definitely worse, but still had a touchdown. Top 2 wide receivers are on our team, sort of. They had a guy that was similar in yards with a touchdown. Sack for Phillips, sack for Jervon Dexter. Another pick for Melton, a pick for TJ Edwards. And they missed a field goal. Damn. That could have been all the difference. They might have been driving for a touchdown at the end when they would have only needed a field goal. I didn't pay attention to it. That sucks. Not for us, though. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Championship round, anyone but the Cowboys. Anyone but the Cowboys, I feel good about a repeat Super Bowl. The Packers, I mean, they're tough too, but 6 overalls higher than them. Let's go. End of the game. Right to left is us. We got the stop with the score. Held them to 3. We get 3. It's all tied up at 10 all, and just like that, the Packers are leading by 7. We love a good comeback. Down by 7. This could be the game, though. Yeah, this could be the game we lose. Missed the extra point as well, and that might be it. That will be it. No repeat Super Bowls for us. The Packers get their revenge headed to the Super Bowl, winning 36-23. Of course, McLean was great. We just, as a team, weren't good enough. Rushing, 1 for negative. Who comes up with this? I don't care. Oh, the Bengals, they throw the ball a lot. They run the ball only 1 time. Like, has there even been a team in the NFL, in NFL history, that have only run it 1 time with their starting running back? Like, I don't think so. That's, like, impossibly, like, low. It's impossible. Most teams start out with a run on offense. What are these sim numbers, though? But hey, we got a Super Bowl out of it last season, so I'm not going to complain. But that's just dumb. We're headed to the Super Bowl to take a look at how we developed on the year. The Packers are playing against the Colts. Colts are in the Super Bowl again, which is kind of, I mean, not again, but, you know, it's been a little while since I've seen them. They've been in before, though. So very interesting to see them come back around. See if the Packers win. I mean, if they could beat us, I think the Packers have a pretty damn good chance to win this. And they do. Wow, they smoked them. 22-point win over the Colts in the Super Bowl. Who would have gotten a dev up? Maybe the QB? Yes. And McBride. Nice. Would have loved Benson, but the 2 we got were great. 92 overall for McLean. He's an X Factor. He's insanely accurate. Obviously, the throw power is great. What a guy. What a dude. McBride, 89 overall. He's 28 now, so, I mean, decent timing. Would have been, nice to get that dev up a slight bit sooner, but decent timing. It's fair enough. It's good. Then we move on to I can't believe Williamson didn't go up in dev yet, though. Then we move on to the defensive side of the ball, where we see Clinton and Melton going up in dev. We kind of drafted Clifton to be the replacement. I can't believe Ojular didn't go up in dev, by the way. That sucks. To be the replacement for Clinton, for Melton. Clifton for Melton. But maybe that superstar dev's enough to keep him as the starter. He is 26 now, so you got to be careful with that. But really good press man coverage, some good speed. He's a good player. He's a good player now. And here is Mr. Clinton, who's now a 90 overall. Gets to superstar dev, another really good press man corner. We've got ourselves some DBs. What was Baker's regression, actually? Yeah, 84 overall. I mean, it's not bad. Could definitely keep him, but should we is the question. Nah, I think we can do better. Maybe not, but we can do better long-term at least. But then again, we're going on to the final year, so it's kind of like, do you not just keep the team going for one more year? Just, come on, just finish out on top? Possibly. These are all the guys that retired on us. I think Taylor Moton actually stuck around, but yeah, he's a pretty low overall. We could probably find someone for agency. If not, rookie wouldn't take that long. Our right guard was a 73 overall, I think, and as a backup, he got up to 85, 88. Cage, he could do that if you wanted, but I don't think so. It's not even a low ball. It's actually a high ball. 1 year 10. Yeah, I can't do more than that. He's an 84 overall, man. It's way too overpaid. Be kind of sick if there was another Brian Branch type, though, I'll tell you that much. Maybe everyone else will fall for the X Factor, and we'll sneak in and take an 84 overall star dev, 26-year-old or something. Creed Humphrey would be a hell of a good player to get. Do you not just go crazy and start grabbing these guys? I want to see how Gibbs is played as well. Worthy, Jeffrey Simmons, Gian Arnold could play him at safety if you had to. Problem is we don't have to. It would just be us choosing to do that. But yeah, why wouldn't you go for one of these linemen, maybe? Can we do a 1 year? What do we need? So we need a right tackle. Smith is a big dude. Can we not do a 1 year 25 and just put him at right tackle? What's the offers? Of course, the Panthers. I'm sure he'll choose a bottom barrel team because why not, right? Even if we offered him a 4 year deal, he still wouldn't take it. Jahmyr Gibbs, I do want to say, because Benson's good, but he's not great. And Gibbs hasn't been good or great, so I think you pass on that. Don't want to pay that much money for a tackle. Cooper Beebe, he's pretty fast. He's big, maybe too big, though, more of a guard big. I kind of want both now. I kind of want to just, make sure I get a new lineman that's going to be great. I'll do a 1 year for him as well. Which, it's not a great contract, but it's still better than he's getting. It's just, everyone else is 0. Adonai Mitchell. Am I getting a little too greedy here? Williamson hasn't been bad, but imagine having him. That'd be a hell of a trio. I'm getting greedy. I don't care. I got money. I don't care. Oh, God, we're not going to get any of them, are we? All 3 are gone. At least give me 1. Nice. 2 of them. Cooper Beebe. Potentially a new right tackle. He's 6'4", 335. Why not? Cowboys draft those versatile linemen after all. And then Adonai Mitchell, the 87 overall, pretty damn cheap wide receiver 3. I've paid wide receiver 3s that and more before. Hell, even in the Panthers rebuild, Deontay Johnson we paid $18 million per for, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's not bad, and he's obviously really good longevity-wise and easily gets into the 90s, I would say, by maybe even the end of this next season. We've got ourselves a wide receiver group. Forget a wide receiver trio, wide receiver quad. And honestly, Mitchell might just be the heir to the throne when Wilson's gone. I know that's 4 and 5, but the age difference is a couple of years, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken, maybe I'm wrong. I think Wilson's already 28. Yeah, Wilson's 28. Mitchell's only 25. So Mitchell's probably the guy that replaces Wilson when we see even an inkling of a regression. But yeah, not a bad draft. Free agent class before the draft. We can move BB over to right tackle, I think. He's a little heavy, Does fit more as a guard, but I think because of the 6'4"-ness, being over 300 pounds, just give me a bulky tackle, which, I mean, he doesn't even drop in overall. He's 87 at both. All right, here we are in the draft pick 29. I see no top 1 there. Oh my god, that running back's a top 5. I didn't even realize. Okay. Spain is there. That's Payne with an S. Don't even know if I need edge, but, I mean, I threw him on the list. He looked good. I'm willing to take him. I don't even need him right now, but Phillips going to retire at some point, right? He's going to regress at some point. Hidden Dev, round 1 talent grade. We love to see it. Hell, one of those safeties could even fall. We've seen safeties fall into the second round. I don't know if they will, but it'd be sweet if they did. Weaver was there, maybe. What do we got? Any safeties? Any safeties? 1 safety. Bost. I don't care if he's not the boss. I want him. 22 true talent. Damn. Yeah, I'll be real. We probably don't have the best strong safety in the league, but we'll manage. And this pick, of course, is going to be that running back. We do have a center as well, but yeah. Tremaine Corbett. Bunch of A's in there. I mean, he had a lot of A to B's in there. I'm going for Corbett. True talent rank 3. Hidden Dev. Giving me Braylon Allen vibes, personally. Braylon Allen, I mean, he's a backup. I don't really care too much, but I put a couple of running backs on there. It was a really fast one earlier, but obviously I wasn't going to go for him. It was, I put him on the list just in case I got really desperate, but not really worth it. Colt Whitworth, I don't know if he's worth it either, but he's a lineman. 47 true, normal dev, yeah. What are you going to do sometimes? What are you going to do? All right, pick 29 in the 7th round. What do we got? We have a strong safety who's a UDFA. Let's just get fast. How about that? How about let's just do some fast. Running back, maybe. I'd probably prefer a wide receiver, though. Hammond, maybe. What about tight end? You know what? We could use another running back. Running back's been, not the best depth for us. Looks fast, looks good. Jeremy Wilson, 273. 94 speed, usable. But obviously going to be our number 3 at best. And for the final draft of the rebuild, let's take a look at those overall. 76 for the pass rusher. Bost with 74. Corbett was 78. Whitworth 73, but he's normal. And then Wilson was terrible. Let's be real. We need a new right end, technically, unless we're, saying that Ojulari's not the guy, which maybe he isn't, but I think Ojulari has a better chance to be a starter in 2 seasons from now than Phillips does. Let's take a look at the dev. Only star, but I think it's a good pick. Then we have the safety. He'll be potentially replacing or fighting for that second spot. I don't think he will, though. His overall's too low. His zone coverage is just bad. 70 zone is terrible. Tremaine Corbett now. Backup running back no matter what. Even though I'm a little disappointed with how Benson has played. No DevOps, and I don't even think he's gotten to 1,000 yards yet. I still don't think, even if this guy's an X Factor, which he is a superstar, which is pretty cool. Maybe he's a future starter at some point. I don't think he's going to be able to replace, Benson for this final season. Here we are, the final season, Season 5. The offensive line. Paris Johnson did not develop as quickly as I thought he would, or to even the high point that I thought he would. Maybe he gets to an 87, maybe he gets to an 88. He's been good. For the most part, there's been some seasons that weren't so good, but for the most part, he's been good. Receivers, really surprised to see Michael Wilson get to an X Factor. I really did not think he would, but yet he did. Release kind of sucks, which is crazy, but he's a good short, medium route, great catching, player. He's just good. Obviously, Marvin Harrison Jr. is crazy. He's a little surprised he's not 99 by now. And then we have, the best trio wide receivers in the league with Adonai Mitchell. Best 5 in the league, if you will. Marquise Brown is on the end. Of course, James Conner is back. He's a 53 overall, 33-year-old. I mean, that's crazy, dude. But he's the mentor. He's a mentor. See if we can get him a ring. Then we move on to the defensive side of the ball, where you see we still need to dev up for strong. Thurman's the starter now, so we do get worse in some spots, but overall we are just a goated team that should have no troubles making the playoffs and really maybe even making it back to a Super Bowl. Speaking of that crazy man, Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't know why I was thinking of Steve Smith Jr. The money's starting to become a problem. Rutledge is gone because you can't pay an off-ball that much. Mills you try to keep if you can. You replace BB. And then quarterback is going to be a problem next season, right? Yeah, I mean, you got to pay freaking McLean. So, Yeah, I think you definitely, like I said, keep Marvin Harrison, you keep Clinton, you keep Cage, and you keep Mills, and the rest are gone. And even that might put us against it when trying to re-sign this quarterback. Let's go real low ball there. Boom. 88 mil. I mean, even this guard, maybe you talk about potentially losing. Maybe not. 67. Yeah, we're not in a good spot. We'll try to do this. I can't believe that wasn't enough. The other guys take a friendly deal, and he takes, like, the most money. 375. Boom. 23 million left. Losing Rutledge, BB, Williamson. Yeah, maybe going for that wide receiver was a mistake. But I won't be here to see it, so I don't care. Playoffs, we're looking pretty good. I'd imagine we'll, find a way, as we always do. If we don't, I'd be actually really surprised. And we do. Sound like I was going down a slide there. 10-7, though. Barely making it. What is wrong with this sim, though? How are we worse, unless every other team's just getting better than we were with a rookie quarterback? This quarterback's in the 90s now, and he's an X factor. I genuinely don't understand. Maybe our OC left. It could have been that our OC left and like it changed our scheme up. I'll have to take a look. Because I don't know what else would be the reason for that. Phillips is great. Not as good as his 21 sacks per year itself, but really good. Ojulari 13, Mills 12.5, Robinson 6.5. Some okay numbers, but yeah, definitely a down year for us. Swinney wins MVP again. Any award wins? We have none. But yeah, I got to see this OC. Like, don't tell me that our OC and all that's the same and our scheme and all that's the same, yet we just suck all of a sudden. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how the highest overall he has been is his worst season to date. I don't get it. But it's the final year. We've already won a Super Bowl. I don't need to answer to anything anyways. Of course, an Arizona team getting to play in the snow on the road. That's a fun one. 10-7, though. I just don't get it. Off to a pretty damn good start. Chicago does get on the board. They're getting on the board more than I would like them to now. We're still taking the lead at half. Into the fourth, we just don't look like our normal selves. And with that being said, we lose the game in the wild card round. Yeah, I don't know. That was so lackluster. I almost expected it to happen. And Sim it just gets weird again. It just does the weird again. A best kicker in the league at this point misses the field goal that would have at least tied it, maybe better. Did that just happen? Did the rebuild just end? Like, it feels like that was just like a practice game. It's like, okay, well, the practice game's over, let's go into the real one. That is just like, I get it, any given Sunday, and it is real, it could happen. But I didn't feel like we deserved to lose there. I didn't even feel like we deserved to have as bad of a season as we did, let alone losing in the wild card round to the Bears. Guess the snow on the road did it, maybe? Perhaps? 10-7 with that team. We'll obviously have to take a look at the squad if we even get a chance to. The Super Bowl winner was the Lions. Just so lackluster. Like, I'm thankful we won that Super Bowl because just so lackluster. Regardless, Marvin Harrison Jr. doesn't even get to 99. He's 27 now, too. Short route sucks, but everything else is great. You know, he's pretty damn good, of course. Injury's still a little low, but yeah, very elusive, very good at everything. 99 at a lot of different ratings. Then we move on to Trey Benson, who, I mean, he had a good regular season, but the postseason there was terrible. He's ridiculously athletic. You know, obviously injury concerns, big injury in real life. But yeah, a weird one there. The rushing numbers in the playoffs. I don't get how you have these numbers in the regular season. You know, they at least think, you know, it makes it look like you should at least be putting up 50 rush yards a game minimum, right? Minimum. Technically, probably about 80 plus. And then you have these games where you run one time in the playoff. In the playoffs, you get 20 yards in the playoff. Like, what's going on? Like, EA took the whole it's harder to play, run the ball in the playoffs to heart. Like, yeah, it's harder in the playoffs. It doesn't mean you're one rush for -3 yards harder or 7 for 20 harder. It's like every single time that's what you see. Paris Johnson, didn't we already just look at him? I mean, we'll look again, damn it. We'll look again. Was there any other players? Don't really care too much. Trey McBride's a 91 overall, though, which is a little surprising since he was star for so long. But he's good. He's pretty damn good. Then we go over to the quarterback, the final one on the offensive side of the ball. 95 overall. X factor, 97 throw power, 95 deep, 96 medium, 89 short's his lowest, but that should be the easiest throws to hit anyways. Some play action, that kind of stuff. Speed still kind of sucks. What can you do? Then we move on to the defensive side of the ball, which I hate to look at because it always skips you over. Brian Branch wasn't even our player to look at, but I want to see if his zone got up there. A little bit better. A little bit. I think he was like 84, 85 when we got him, right? Maybe 86. Definitely wasn't 87, though. And then we look at... I don't even care to look at the strong safety. It's not even anything to look at. Rutledge, great block shed, not so good at coverage. Obviously a cap casualty, asking for what seemed like $30 million per. That's what it looked like in my quick math head, which was probably wrong. Sound like meth head. Strong got a dev up, which is cool. No block shed for Barkley, so you get a completely opposite type of player, and you get yourself a coverage linebacker. Then we look at Strong, who obviously finally got that dev up, like we said. 24 years old. I don't know why I skipped all the way over to the dev. I mean, you guys seen it. That's not really the player to look at. He's fair enough. We got block shed, coverage, block shed. Then we look at Clinton, who went up about 2 overalls last season. Really good man coverage, really good press, decent zone coverage. Other side of the ball, Max Melton didn't really look like he was going to be the guy, but he goes to X Factor, 88 overall. 27 years old now, but he's solid. He's a solid player. Got to X Factor, which is cool. What about Clifton? Did he go up in dev? He is not. He's decent, though, and he's young, 23 probably by now. 83 overall on top of it. Jalen Phillips, 92 overall X Factor. Worth the contract. I mean, him going to a 4.3, it made him like one of the greatest pass rushers of all time. He went from 13.5 and 10, which is good, to back-to-back 21 sack seasons and then a 15. I mean, he's got some crazy numbers with those 3 years. Then we move over to Ojulari. He put up a couple of double-digit seasons and unfortunately just never got the dev up that he deserved. 3 double-digit seasons. And, a couple over that, 12, 12.5, and 13. One of those should have been good enough for Superstar, but wasn't. But obviously it's not egregious enough to, force like we did with, Phillips. But Jonathan Mills, not Mims, really good, 90 and everything, like we kind of talked about him potentially doing. And then the final player, Mr. Robinson, 86 overall. He should be pretty decent, too. Yeah, 91 power move, 85 finesse, 87 block shed, decently strong. It's a really good team. It's a really good team. There's some guys that took a little too long to, blossom than others, and it kind of hurt their, top-end peak overall. But this was a really good team that deserved more, but they won a Super Bowl, and that's more than some teams we've rebuilt can say. Obviously, some crazy retirements there with the kicker and the wide receiver, Tyreek Hill and Justin Tucker. Our retirements were, once again, all mentor types. But if you guys enjoyed this video, this rebuild, let me know by maybe leaving a like, subscribing if you're new. If you're not new, I do appreciate continued support on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, PK Plays for non-Madden content. And what team would you like to see next rebuilt realistically, fantasy style, fantasy draft, challenge, whatever you got, throw it in the comment section below. Maybe we'll try it. And I'm not even sure when this video came up, but whether this is a Saturday or a Sunday upload, there should be Patriots franchise on Monday. And, there's plenty of videos on the weekend that you might have missed. Regardless, thanks for watching. I'll you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!